Hi, I'm Seth, and today I'm going to talk to you about an exciting new product from Kaiser Willys, the PS2000 Power Steering Kit. You may have already heard about our PS1000 Power Steering Kit. That's the kit that includes all the mechanical stuff like the power steering box, the mount, the frame enclosure plates, universal joints, and the steering column parts that convert your Ross steering system into a Saginaw system. The PS2000 kit includes all of those things, but a little something extra. On the hood of this Jeep behind me is the really exciting part. Soon after we released the PS1000 kit, we got a lot of questions about how to provide the hydraulic power for your steering system. A lot of Jeeps are still running the L134, and a lot of folks didn't want to put a parasitic draw on their engine by running a hydraulic pump, or they're running engine swaps and they just don't want to go through the hassle of different pulleys and belts and brackets. They want it to be able to just put the power steering box in, convert the steering, and then have another source for hydraulic power. You asked, and Kaiser Willys answered. So this is the electric power steering pump conversion that comes with the PS2000 kit. You're looking at two complete kits here, so the center of the hood divides what comes in that kit. So you'll get all the mechanical parts included with the PS1000 kit, plus you'll get the high pressure 12-volt pump, 20 feet of high pressure hose, and all the different fittings you'll need to do that. You'll get the power side harness with a circuit breaker, and you'll get the switch side trigger harness with a switch and plugs that correspond to the plugs on the pump. This is an extremely simple kit. We've made it plug and play. The harnesses are pre-terminated with all the plugs and terminals that you'll need to hook it up in your Jeep. This pump does require a 12-volt alternator system, so if you just have a basic alternator swap with 12 volts and a good battery, this kit will work just right. Each one of the pumps is pre-fitted with -6 AN fittings, so it's ready to roll as soon as you get it. Included with each kit is 20 feet of PTFE hose. This is high-quality, high-pressure tubing that's designed to work with hydraulic fluid and power steering fluid. This hose has a working pressure of 3,000 psi and a 10,000 psi burst rating. Each pump puts out around 900 to 1,400 psi depending on the load, so this hose is a perfect fit for this pump. Once you have the mechanical side of this done, so you have your power steering box, all your steering components completed and installed, hooking up the electric pump is super easy. These pumps work with conventional or synthetic fluid. Pretty much any good quality power steering fluid will work. This pump is designed to be able to be on all the time, so as you're driving down the road or trail, it can be running constantly. Some users have reported that they like to turn the switch off while they're on the road because you don't need the power steering, then they just turn it on while it's on the trail, but you're really not going to hurt it either way. In our upcoming issue of Willys Jeep Lifestyle magazine, there'll be a full tutorial on the components here and the installation as well. Every video needs a good demonstration, so we're going to use my Hot Rod Willys to give a little power steering demonstration. This Jeep is equipped with the PS1000 power steering kit, which includes all the mechanical parts for the column and the box and things like that. So I'm going to start this Jeep up and turn the wheel. Right now I'm running a mechanical power steering pump on here. Because of the engine swap I'm using, I already had it, so I went with that. So I'm going to show you how it works with the mechanical pump, and then I'm just going to unhook my lines, hook them up to the PS2000 electric pump, and we'll do the same test again with the engine off, just using 12-volt power. So now I'll just turn the wheels using one arm. This Jeep has 35 by 7-inch tires on it, so they're pretty large tires, and we're just sitting still on dry concrete. So as you know, when you're in a parking lot or stopped on the trail or road, that's when the steering effort is the greatest. So here it is, turning with the mechanical pump. So it steers and sounds just like every other normal vehicle that you would see with the Saginaw power steering pump and the PS1000 power steering kit. I'll also give you a view inside. So this is the PS1000 kit that uses the original Willys steering column, and I've upgraded to the low profile MB wheel for a little more stomach clearance. So easily steering 35s with one hand with the mechanical pump. So now I'll take a minute, we'll hook up the PS2000 electric pump. I'll show you how to connect the wiring to your 12-volt system. Then we will leave the engine off, engage the pump, and try it again. So I have the PS2000 pump just sitting on my fender. Hookup is super simple. I just removed my lines from my mechanical pump and I'm going to attach them to the 12-volt pump. So first thing you would do is find a suitable location to mount this pump. I'll put some pictures on the screen here of some ideas for you. It can really go anywhere. We've even seen people put them behind the seat in the cab. You just have to run the lines accordingly. So the low pressure side is this little fitting right here. So that's simply a return line. Your kit will have a -6 fitting on the return as well. Since this was just slipped over a barb, I'm just pushing the hose right onto the reservoir, which you can do also. The fitting coming out of the casting is the high pressure side. So you just snug that one up. Make sure it's tight, but not too tight. These are aluminum fittings. And that's it. This pump is ready to rock and roll. So the only difference in your setup will be that this pump will be mounted somewhere within the engine bay, and you simply have to run the hoses to it. The next step is to simply fill the power steering fluid reservoir. As I said earlier, it can be synthetic or mineral oil. Just has to be a good quality power steering fluid. There is a max and a min line on the reservoir, so you just want to make sure that you're somewhere in between those two lines. Reinstall the cap. All that's left to do now is install the wiring, and I think this is the part that most people are curious or intimidated about, and we've taken all the guesswork out of it for you. So I'm going to show you exactly how to hook up this harness. Everything is plug and play. You're just hooking up power and ground basically. Step one is to take the power harness. That's this larger harness with a larger plug. It comes with 8-gauge wire and an 80 amp circuit breaker. So if your kit comes and it's already open like that, to reset it, you simply snap that in. These are waterproof and very durable. You just take the large plug and snap it down there until you hear a click. And that's it for this side. Then we'll take the trigger harness or the switch harness, that's the smaller plug, and do the same thing here. Because these are pre-terminated, you really can't do this wrong. The plugs are unique to themselves, so you can't hook those up wrong. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to use a battery here on the floor. It's just going to be easier for you to see. We give you the correct length of wiring to do it within a CJ engine compartment. So you need power to the larger red terminal. That's your main power supply. This is the power source for the switching terminal. You can run that to your ignition switch or to a fuse block panel or however you want to power it. All that information will be in your instruction booklet. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to direct wire them both right to the battery. You'd want to run these to a post on your battery. So you have two powers there, and then the green wire on the switch harness goes to ground, along with the 8-gauge green wire that goes to the pump. And I'm just going to make these hand tight just for the purpose of this video. So that's it. 2 wires to power, 2 wires to ground, and you're done. The switch will be mounted inside the cab. We give you enough wire to run this to the battery or to your ignition switch or wherever you want to run it. The red wire goes to the signal wire on the pump, and the ground is the main ground to the power supply. This switch is removable to pass this through your firewall or however you want to do it. It is backlit with an LED so you know when it's on, and it's a panel mount switch with an isolation O-ring and a lock nut. So that is it. This thing is ready to go. Once you have the mechanical side of the kit installed, hooking up the pump takes minutes. Now you'll spend a little more time by mounting this in your engine compartment and running the switch and wires in a little more of an orderly fashion than I did, but it's just that simple. In a moment here I'll press the switch, so as soon as I turn this on, the switch will turn green. Then there'll be a 3 or 4 second delay then the pump will engage. So you'll hear that whirling electric motor sound. And one of the comments I got on my Instagram videos I shared of this was, wow, that's loud. I'm standing right here with the microphone. It kind of sounds like an electric fan when it's running, and once the engine's on and idling, you really don't hear it, and your hood will be closed. So I just want to assure you that it's not really that loud. The microphone is picking it up. It's just an electric motor. So I'm going to push the button now. The switch is green. There's a little delay, and that's it. The pump's running. So if I step over here where the microphone is a little farther away, you can hear it's running. It's cycling that fluid, so it'll self-purge the air out of the system because it's just running through there. You might have to cut the wheels left and right a few times. All right, so here we go. How amazing is that, right? Virtually silent electric hydraulic steering. Here's another angle for you. And now I'll give you the same angle back inside the cab. And I can tell you right now, here's one finger. It's extremely easy to operate. Just for reference, I'm going to turn the pump off and try the same thing again, just standing here like I was. I won't be able to do it with one hand. I'm not that strong. I'm not that weak either, but just night and day difference. So it's pretty incredible. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about this kit, feel free to direct message us on social media, give the guys in the office a call at this phone number, or check out the website for a detailed parts description. There'll be a link in the video description below to this exact product, as well as the PS1000 mechanical kit. Please be sure to sign up for our newsletter. I'll put a link in the description for that as well. We post regular sales and promotions, and they're distributed via email, so be sure to get on the list for the Kaiser Willys newsletter. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you later.